and welcome to the Gamers Table, Independent Edition. It is Friday, and we're reviewing SuperMegaCon!
Nice special effects there, Greg.
Thank you.
We definitely had fun with SuperMegaCon.
And welcome to the SuperMegaCon, the premier convention for sci-fi, gaming, horror, and comics fans. This is the weekend of the 24-hour fandemonium you've been waiting for all year.
Yay!
Woo!
Hope they have a House of Frightenstein booth.
That would be cool. The goal of this convention.
Hey.
All right. The goal of this convention is to be the attendee that has the most fun by collecting more points in swag and events than the other attendees. Each piece of swag, goodies, and every event has a point value in the upper right corner. Don't let the lack of food, sleep, or bathroom breaks slow you down. Or it depends. Can you be the one who does it all?
So this is pretty much your, out at the convention, you're running around trying to do as much stuff as you possibly can.
Have the most fun in the time you're allowed.
Yes.
Each person has their individual board that has the tracks on it and places to put your stuff and a chance to expand to be able to put more stuff on. And at the end of the game, the person who has the most stuff, the person who's had the most fun at convention is going to win. So you want to buckle down and grit your teeth and have as much fun as you can to be the guy who wins. And a lot of times at a convention, that's what it's like. I don't need sleep. I don't need food. I've got to go to that event, and then I've got to get in the line to get my comic signed by that artist, and then I got to get over there because they're doing pictures with the guy who was on that show. That one with the brown coats and everything. I forget his name.
No bathroom breaks. Who's hungry? Not me. I need to go see Patrick Stewart. Yes.
Well, actually, you do get hungry. You got a food bar
Well.
here that you got to manage. You got the sleep thing you got to manage. And you got spaces in your backpack for your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of moving around, collecting the swag, going to the events. Well, actually, in the game we were playing, I pretty much went to all the events and they got shut out. Because I was the first player, and as far as we could determine with the rules, is the first player was always the first player. So every time those events came up, I was the first one to get to them, which was pretty cool.
Every round, you're going to be moving around the board. It used to be roll and move. The author has changed it. It's now as you have up to 8 movement points. You can move as little or as much as you like in that. And you move out your pawn on the spaces on the board and go to the different events. You can buy a booth of your own and become the person who gets all the bonuses when everybody goes to your area. You get the stuff from them.
I'm sorry, that's not in my budget.
It gets more money, which is kind of handy because you need it. And there's all the different things. There's you can go to the gift shop and pick up your souvenirs. You can visit one of the very few events that happen every day of the con. Or you can pick up the swag from the horror table or the sci-fi table or the fantasy table. And it's all going to be different stuff. And sometimes it's not a good thing. Like this particular one. Is that your stomach or an angry beagle? You lose 1 food. So you're going to have to manage that. As Chris was saying, there's those 2 tracks you have to manage. If either one of them falls to 0, that's it. Back to your hotel. No choice.
Yep. It's a pretty simple game, though. You move around, you collect stuff. Unfortunately, some of the things like the events, it seems to be private showings and then doors closed for whoever gets to the events. Not too fond of that.
It's sort of like when you go to a movie theater, as soon as one person gets in the theater, they close the doors.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand
know,
how the mechanic
I'm sorry,
works
but
with
there
the
are no
theme
private
there.
screenings.
Yeah, I would have preferred maybe tokens, and everybody who got to the event in time got an event token for it.
Yeah, like got the.
You got to
the
get there
little
at a certain
button,
round
like
or something.
I was first in
better.
line.
Yeah.
Thing that only the first in line.
Oh
got.
yeah,
And,
like
at
the first
the end
50 people get this bonus gift or something.
And at the end of the game, you total how many firsts, how many seconds, how many thirds, etc. you have.
Yeah, there you go.
That might be a better way to do it than
But-
just those.
That's not the way it's done.
No, it's not the way it's done now, but we have a tendency to keep suggesting things.
Yes,
you
exactly.
think better if
We
you
know
did
how
this.
Yeah. But that's not the way it's played.
It's not too long of a game. And somebody's turn doesn't take that long. And it's even less now that you don't have to roll the dice. You can just move up to your 8 spaces wherever you want to go.
Because rolling that dice takes forever.
It does. It's forever. Pick it up, roll it, and roll, especially if you're Ken. Then he knocks half the things off the board.
I didn't go to
You gotta
the
move it all
gym this
back.
week.
But there are also nasty type cards that you can hold on to, and you can say, "Oh, he's
And
getting
play on
ahead.
somebody
I
else."
think you need a bathroom break."
There
and
are
you gotta
some.
make sure you hit it when he's at least 3 moves away from the bathroom. So
Is
it's
that
a long
called?
way.
Is that called the drip, drip, drip card? I don't know.
I don't remember.
That's the thing that I find that's a little bit silly about this game. It's probably faster to go back to your hotel and back to the MegaCon than to use the washroom in the MegaCon
Yeah.
to get back to where you need to
lineups.
go.
Considering
Lineups.
how it is when you go to conventions, that's pretty much true. It'd be easier to go back
Or
to a
going
hotel
to
room.
any sporting event too, or anything like that. Okay, there's a lineup again.
You want to do all of it, and you can't ever do all of it. And there's all the people walking around in costume. There will be the obligatory Klingons, and there will be the Princess Leia girls in the slave outfits, and everybody everywhere else says to you girls, "Thank you very much for doing that."
We had fun with this game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too bad.
My biggest complaint is most of the points are scored by going to the events. And whoever gets to the event first scores it, and then everyone else is out of luck.
And now for the gaming news. The Game Crafter has announced today a new contest. It's the Map Builder Design Challenge. A quote from the website. Your challenge is to design a game that builds out a dynamic map, either at the beginning of the game so that each game starts with a new fresh map, or as the game progresses. To qualify for this, you must comply with the following rules. Design an original game with a dynamic or progressive map. You may use cards, tiles, or mats to achieve the dynamic map effect. Maps can be randomly generated, player generated, or mission generated, but must be configurable for each new game that is played. A rules document for this game must be downloadable from the shop page. The maximum cost of the components in your game is $24.99. Any game submitted must be created for this contest. It cannot exist on the GameCrafter.com prior to the contest. The game must be publish ready. It must have action shots, shop art, description, all images proofed, and packaging. All artwork must be your own, commissioned by you, licensed to you, or in the public domain. Entries must be uploaded to thegamecrafter.com no later than March 1st, 2013. Wrapping up for SuperMegaCon. Theme. It's about going to convention. The guy who made this has been to some conventions. It shows. He's got the feel of it. That whole everybody jammed in together, and so many things are going on at once, and you're having that synesthesia overload. It's like, oh, look at the lights, oh, the sounds, oh, look at those cosplay girls.
Oh, I
over
gotta
there.
check that, check that, check that.
Yeah.
Hi, cosplay girls. Good job. So the theme holds for this game. Easy to play. It's got a little bit of a learning curve because there's so many things on the board that you can do. After you get a handle on what they are, then it's just a matter of reading all the humor that he's built into all the cards. Like when you can go and get the fast go quick where it's squirrel squeeze-ins. +1 sleep, +3 move, cost $5. There's all sorts of humorous stuff in the cards. It's good and fun to play. So yeah, it can be. Until it gets to that point where somebody gets ahead, he's getting all the events, and you can't get to any of the events in time. So you're sort of losing on that. But we found that the guy who's getting all the events isn't getting any swag or anything. And if you can get the high swag points, you can still come in first, even if he got all the events. Because the points are fairly level from one to the other. I give SuperMegaCon a 7.
Well, he improved it from roll and move to just a certain amount of movement points, but to me, it's still a roll and move, and I'm not a big fan of them. Just moving around the board and doing stuff. We had our fun with it when we played it, but I just can't get around the whole event thing where one person and, nobody else can go to the event, sorry.
Yeah.
The first player seemed to have a real advantage in this game because I don't think it moved around at all.
We couldn't find anything in the rules that said the first player moved, no.
So the rules may be a little bit confusing in that. I'm not sure exactly what was intended with that. The theme is there for sure. It's just not so much my type of game. I'll give SuperMegaCon a 6.
Yeah, I like the humor in it's kind of cool, and that it's fairly well laid out. But the rules, I just don't like the way it's scored. Like the Chris said with the events and that first come done. That's it. I do like his cards in there. He's got they're pretty good. Nice tongue-in-cheek humor. But yeah, it's just gonna have to be a 6 for me.
So that's it.
Most of that's for the humor.
Yeah. So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table Independent Edition. Tune in next Friday where we review another game.
Because that's what we do.
Another game?
Another
There's
game.
more games?
There
Really?
are so many more games.
We got lots of games.
Thank you guys for sending them in, and keep on sending the games in. We love getting them. We love reviewing them. And I've been on the forums a lot lately. And
Lacey?
that's right. Yeah,
Who's Lacey?
I don't know, somebody out there.
You're talking to Lacey?
She's really happy right now
Hi,
because I just said her
Lacey.
name.
Being a little more general. Yeah, let's just not talk to one person out there. It's okay.
And I see a lot of you guys are taking the advice that we give on the show to heart and updating your games based on that, or getting things checked over, doing different rules, doing things a different way before you send your game in. And that's great, because if you make your game better, that's better all around. It's better for you. It's better for everybody that's playing the game. Yeah. And we like getting the games that are fun to play.
Yeah, and thanks to Gamescrafter, too, for changing their manuals.
To the new booklet
To the
style.
new booklet style, yes.
That everybody is talking about that. Everybody said, oh man, now I got to change them. And they're all changing the manuals over to the booklet style. The professional looking manuals. You've got the professional looking board, professional manual, the cars and everything. It's
coming together pretty
yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Good job, Gamecrafter.
Yeah.
Just reading the cards is one of them.
He's a fan.
More fun.
We're a fan of this kind of thing.
Yeah,
too.
well, we're fans of these.
We're
things,
all
too.
fans of
Yes.
this stuff. This is fun stuff.
Cosplay girls, yes.
Yes, I just have to point out at this point, nobody who's running a convention has invited us to be guests, how to do a panel or do a show at your convention.
That would be fun.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well,
At least 4 people had come to see us.
at least.
See, and then we could close the door. See, the event's only one person
Right.
get in. Wrapping up for SuperMegaCon.
SuperMegaCon.
It's gangsta style.
Super, man.
And now this just in.
Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table Independent Episode Edition.
Yeah.
E thing.
You're
It is
having an
Friday.
episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Hail, Seek Soft Hand! We bring you provisions. Hail! Soft Hand's hurt! He's not hurt. He's dead. Shut up, Far!
He's dying. I'm amazed he survived this long.
We've been tricked. Someone has been ahead of us every step of the way.
I name you Thief of the Scroll.
They killed Will Strongarm! I saw them! Oh, I'm sure they'll try for me next! Trace? Blackwings? Oh, Simeon! Why did you have to take everyone from me? Ah!